So in my previous classes, I have talked about this Rutherford model, and in that Rutherford model I have seen that whenever there is a charges like proton in the middle, the positive charge is in the middle, and the negative charge is the electrons that are rotating. Now, in case of Rutherford model, so there is one problem that I have already discussed in my last classes, that when there is radiations of energy of these electrons which is revolving around this photon, then it will go on to the lower orbit, it will go to the lower orbit, and ultimately it will again come down onto the proton. It means the whole structure fails here. The whole structure fails in case of Rutherford model. And this problem has been solved by Niels Bohr. What does Niels Bohr say? What did Niels Bohr say actually? Niels Bohr said, yes, here when the electron is revolving around this orbit, around the circular orbit, here there is an angular momentum that is mvr. M is the mass of the electron, v is the velocity, and r is the radius of the orbit. So mvr is equal to n into h by 2 pi. It is the Planck constant, and n is a integer 1, 2, 3, etc. Full integer. So what actually Niels Bohr said, so there is an orbit, suppose this is photons here, plus charges are here, and here the electrons. So electron can be at n is equal to 1 level, can be at n is equal to 2 level, n is called principal quantum number. Now, this principal quantum number n is equal to 1, 2, it cannot be 1.5, cannot be 1.1 like this. So it means, what does it mean? It means that the electrons can rotate in the orbit in which n is equal to 1, electron can rotate in the orbit in which n is equal to 2, the principal quantum number n is equal to 2. So here, this showed that the electrons is rotating in such a way that the angular momentum is quantized. mvr is equal to n by 2 pi. That is quantized. So Niels Bohr actually quantized this angular momentum. So as a result, what happens? According to Niels Bohr, the electron can jump from this level to this level. It will not jump from this level to this level. Electron can jump from n is equal to 3 to n is equal to 2, from n is equal to 2 to n is equal to 1. And while jumping, suppose it is in the level of, in which the energy is E2, and it is in the n is equal to 1, the energy is E1. So according to Bohr, E2 minus E1 is equal to h, which is the Planck constant, is the frequency of radiation which is emitted. So h new amount of energy will radiate according to Niels Bohr. Now, according to Niels Bohr, whenever the electron is in the higher orbit, it will come down to the lower orbit after some 10 to the power minus 8 to 10 to the power minus 11 seconds. That is called the metastable state of the electron. So it will come down to the lower orbit and energy is emitted. So the problem is somehow solved. The problem of the Rutherford, that is somehow solved. But again, one problem comes. Niels Bohr theory, the theory of Niels Bohr, is only valid for one electron system. One electron system means hydrogen. It is not valid for the atoms in which has more than one electrons, 2 electrons, 3 electrons like this. In that case, Mosley's laws, Mosley has improved this Bohr's theory in a different way. In case of Bohr's theory, as you know that the energy E is equal to minus twice pi square m z square e to the power 4 y h square n square en twice pi square m z square e to the power 4 by h square n square. So this is the energy, that means negative energy, negative en is negative. So z is so when z is more, then the frequency nu So there is a one law that is called Moseley. So I'm not going for that actually. So the Niels Bohr theory is also developed by Sommerfeld, and this development actually comes for the wantings, for those wantings in which it has been found that the spectroscopic line, number of spectroscopic lines, according to Niels Bohr theory, is lesser than the number of lines actually found in the experiment. So when you see more number of lines in experiment, then something there's a problem in the theory, as you can say, because in experiment some lesser number of lines you can get due to some experimental problems, but if you get some more number of lines in the experiment, then maybe some problems in the theory, and this is being actually solved by Sommerfeld. What did Sommerfeld say? Sommerfeld told that yes, this is not actually the circular orbit as been told by the Niels Bohr. Actually, there is also an electrical orbit is there, and that is called soft cell. For n is equal to 1 principal quantum number, for n is equal to 2 quantum numbers, there is also one orbital quantum number. Orbital quantum number. Orbital quantum number L or azimuthal quantum number L. L can have value from 0 to n minus 1. Suppose n is equal to 3. So L can be 0, 1, 2, n minus 1. So from 0 to n minus 1. So 1 is 2, 2 is 2, 2p6, 3 is 2, 3p6, 3 to 10. This S, for S, L is equal to 0, for P, L is equal to 1, for B, L is equal to 2. This is the azimuthal quantum number. And again, if you go in for the shape of the size, shape of this 3D is a circle. Shape of 3P is an ellipse. And set of 3S is also an ellipse with the ratio major axis divided by the minor axis is more than that in the ratio major axis by minor axis in case of P. So here, it is more elliptical, you can see. So here, the orbital quantum number comes into play after Sommerfeld. And then at last, one atom model comes, Uhlenbeck, Gauss-Schmidt, they have given a vector atom model. Why this word vector comes? Here you see this n, the principal quantum number n is equal to 1, 2, 3. Azimuthal quantum number L is equal to 1. Everything is a scalar quantity. Now first time we have found a vector quantity. That time Ampere's theorem comes, Bohr-'s law comes. And after that scientists are now going to understand. Scientists, they understood, yes, there is a magnetic field is also there. Magnetic field is a vector quantity. How does this magnetic field come? Now, as you know that when an electron is rotating in a circular orbit, when an electron is rotating in a circular, electron has got negative charges. So negative charge is rotating in a circular orbit. It means the current is flowing in a circular coil. If the current is flowing in a circular coil, a magnetic field is developed according to the laws, according to the Ampere's theorem. So if a magnetic field is developed due to this electric current, this magnetic field is a vector quantity, and we have with these rotations the magnetic orbital quantum number ml. And also you see the rotation, the actual rotations phenomena. The rotation is like this, like the spin, and with this spin they are going in an orbit. So with this spin quantum number, there is also an orbital quantum number. So one quantum number, spin quantum number, comes into play. So S may be a plus up minus a clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. So due to this S, again one magnetic or spin quantum number comes into play, magnetic field, from this magnetic field. And due to this magnetic field, this vector atom model comes into play. This vector, the word vector, comes from the magnetic field. Magnetic field is a vector quantity. So here, the ml, ms. And if you had ml and ms, and if both are vectors, suppose L and S is there, then as you know that if both the vectors are existing here, then there is some resultant vector is also there. as it is a vector quantity. So we have J is equal to L plus minus S. Again, in case of ML and MS, both are vector quantities.